Follow along. It'll be a build on a 1968 442 Olds Convertible that we're going to have unveiled at a corporate event. Well, we're going ahead with the Nutrafarms project car, which is the 68 Cutlass Convertible. It's going to be called the NutraRod, which is an interesting name that Dave came up with. The parts list for this car is incredible. I've been at it for 2 days, making sure we've got every nut, bolt, clip, chrome piece, everything from bumpers to bumper bolts to exhaust systems to some internal engine parts, lots of interior parts. So it's going to be a bit of a scramble. Well, I love the challenge.
We're getting it ready for a grand opening for a client. Hopefully we have it done on time, but there's quite a bit of work ahead of us here, and we're going to make a group effort of it and get this car done. This is a project that I guess began 10 years ago. I moved into a new neighborhood and found that my neighbor had this car sitting in the backyard, and a good friend of mine was a big Cutlass fanatic. He had a 71 W30, and he said when first he saw the car, he said, "That's a real rare car. You got to get that car." Over time, I convinced him to sell me the car, and it sat in my garage for a good 6-7 years now, and finally had an opportunity to get it into Radical here, and hopefully it's going to turn out to be exactly what I envisioned from the start. I'm a VP of Sales and Marketing for a company called Nutrafarms, and we're a growing company, and we do a lot of promotional events, and I thought it was a great marriage to bring the NutraRod in to Nutrafarms and utilize it in our marketing with all our shows we do. And the marriage makes sense simply because we've got Nutrafarms, which is a very old-fashioned style of farming. I'm sure the way things were farmed in 1968 is very similar to the way we do it nowadays. So very simple, old-fashioned farming, very simple, old-fashioned car before technology came in. The game plan for the paint is to have this shell painted for next week and over next door, so the interior guys and the mechanics can start. They can start their stuff because they've got a lot of work to do too. They've got brakes, suspension, shocks, engine, all kinds of goodies to do, and then the interior guy, he has to put his roof in. He's got a lot of interior work to do, recover the seats.
Well, this is the seat from the 442. It had been done before. What ends up happening is the foam deteriorates. The front seats, we are getting new foams. Those are coming in. The back seats, there is no foam available, so I'm just going to rebuild it. But I still want to take it right down to the frame. The reason why, as you can see all the mess here, is rodents love to use these for homes. The not so glamorous part of trim work is seats. To do the front seats and the back seats, you're looking at a couple days worth of work. Even though we don't have the covers in the foam just yet, that's why I'm jumping the gun. Pulling these apart and getting them cleaned up so that when they come in, I'll get my work done. I'm pretty sure of it. But yeah, it's going to be right down to the wire, but we'll get it done.
We're just getting the dash apart. We're trying to make some decisions about some of this. The dash pad, there's none available at the moment. I'm trying to get one. Worst case is we might have to repair this one and dye it until the other one is available. And we got a few other issues that this car is a 1 year only, and as you can see, the rubber is basically It's like concrete. So I'm gonna have to try and get these pieces as well. I have most of them. It's just that we're having a few items that are hard to get. So we're trying to make, come up with some solutions before the last, few days before this is supposed to be ready. So we're just trying to deal with this stuff now.
Well, we had engine mounts come in and they were the wrong ones. They actually asked us over the phone saying, are they the pedestal ones? And we told them no. And as fortunately it is, it came up as the pedestal one. So their listings were incorrect and they didn't give us the right ones. So hopefully this afternoon they'll show up and arrive with the correct ones. Because it's one of those things that sets us back a little bit.
Dave, we're going to be, he's a tall fellow. I think he's 6'6". We're going to be moving the seat rails and bracketry back for him. So the idea is we're going to make it comfortable for him to drive, but when he goes to a car show, when he pulls the seat fully forward, it'll line up with the passenger seat, so it'll look normal for car shows and even for regular height people to drive it.
So I got to sit in here?
Yep.
Okay.
Put it exactly where you're happy with it.
I think that might be good.
Okay.
Right there. Yeah, this will be okay. I think this needs to change. This is my curse and my, I got to fit in cars all the time. So this is nice though, at least I get to set it where I want it, where every other car in the world, I just have to.
Custom made for you.
Yeah. How's the upholstery coming? Any obstacles? You get the doors in yet? Inside?
No, they're still back ordered.
For the dash and the door panels, I guess that's the one we're waiting on now?
Yeah, and it's not we couldn't get complete panels, so we've got what they call partials, where it's the lower panel. We strip off the upper rolled metal pan at the top, and then we just we glue the old pan to the new panel. So it's a bit of a screwing around, but it's fine. And the dash pad is being molded, so and we should be fine timeline.
Marcus and Chris and Tim have been busy with this top here. It's been, looks probably in its past, it's probably been sat on or bent in some way. It was actually had quite a bow in here. So Marcus made up another bracket in there, bigger rivets to pull it tight. These bows are good. We're just, he's just trying to tweak this one. One side's a little higher, and it's not hitting the stop when it comes back. So once that's set, you can start getting the roof on. This is sort of the hurdle, the headache. You get this ready out of here in the next day and a half. We're moving along pretty good. After this, we'll be putting the doors on. Once we've got the gaps on the doors correct, because you use that as your guideline for your fenders. Once the door's true, your fender gap forward is where you go off the front edge of your door. So we're going to make sure we get those in, and then all the guys can be working on the front end while Chris is working in here. That way they're not climbing over top of each other.
Nice. That's awesome. You got it done.
This is the final week, right? So we're just getting all the inner mechanics for the doors in, door mirrors. We've just set the stance of the car. We just put the rims on, the Foose rims. They look real nice. We're going to bring down the height of the car a little bit. Probably, you know, it's been on stand, so the springs are a little bit stretched at the moment, but I think we'll probably bring the back down an inch, inch and a half, and probably just a little bit more on the front, just to give it that nice stance.
Well, it's a big day, the big reveal. A little bit of a fitting issue. Just the door panel looks like it was made a little too long on the bottom. And it's dragging across the step plate here. So we're gonna have to bring it up a little bit. I want to get this door in place before the stripes go on.
Yeah, it's gonna be.
Because we can't move the door after. That's final. And they're coming today.
Yep.
Voila.
This is my car, but obviously it's a NutraRod, so it's I've kind of donated or leased the car to Nutrafarms for use. We do a lot of shows. We do a lot of food shows, and because we deal direct to the public, it's always nice to have kind of an old-fashioned car with an old-fashioned theme, and old-fashioned farming kind of all marries together, as you'll see. But truly, it's just been my car since actually the day after I got married. My wife and I walked over next door and found it and bought it. So it's pretty amazing, the transformation in 4 weeks.